but I'm just blown away. You know, Mike Johnson, he talked about this. He said that this might actually be happening. And now, sure enough, here we get to see if I can reveal this for you. Here's his tweet. I applaud Subcommittee Chairman Representative Loudermilk and House Admin Committee for all their ongoing work to deliver all the January 6th tapes to the American people. Today, 5,000 more hours of Capitol security footage from January 6, 2021 is now available for the public to view. And interestingly, they put it onto Rumble. So we're going to have a busy weekend, are we not? Anyway, again, take a look at just some of this. This is just some of what has been put out on Twitter right now. Some of the footage from January 6th. You can't tell a heck of a lot, I think, in these particular pictures. I think it's going to take some time for us to all go through this. It's a lot of material to go through. Don't forget, Tucker Carlson, he and his team had already gone through quite a bit of it. I remember when he first got that footage and the left went wild. They were absolutely positively furious. How dare Tucker get this footage, right? Remember that one? They were quite clear on that over and over again. But it was encouraging to see that somebody had it. I mean, from my perspective, certainly as a journalist, I feel that more information is always the better, right? We're better off getting more and more of this in as opposed to just bits and pieces. I didn't love that they just gave it to one reporter. I'm like, wait a second, isn't this public information? Like, don't we own those cameras as taxpayers? As long as you're really not in security violation, why not be able to show these things? And yet they ran with this whole security violation. How dare we tell a different narrative for so long? That was Chuck Schumer. Remember him on the floor? I've showed you this clip so many times. I won't do it again right now. But Chuck Schumer down on the floor on Capitol Hill saying, Tucker Carlson, how dare you, how dare you, how dare you? Fox News, shame on you. I mean, that was basically the beginning and the end for poor Tucker. In my case, it was that I dared to speak out about coronavirus being possibly politicized in some way, shape, or form. Wonder how that happened. Could they have possibly politicized it? They didn't like that very much, right? I mean, that's the problem with institutional legacy media companies, by the way, which are just dying on the vine, a slow death. You look at Fox News, its stock price down 30%, 31% just in the last 3 years since March 2021. You look at Disney and the challenges they've had. Now, they're starting to make a little bit of a comeback because there's some hope that Bob Iger may be able to pull them out of their big darn ditch, but I don't necessarily think it's going to be that easy. We're going to get to that story a little bit later on. But in other words, you get a problem here with legacy media trying to do whatever the establishment tells them to do. And so you can't actually report on stuff. That's why you're going to be here. Reminder, subscribe, share, like. It is a live edition of the program. I know I came a little bit earlier today, but we had this breaking news and I just wanted to get it to you sooner rather than later. We may have to do this again over the weekend once we've had time to digest all of these tapes. But again, it's a big deal because all we were seeing was Nancy Pelosi's daughter, who was a documentary filmmaker. She was there for HBO and, of course, her mom. She then sold or gave the footage to CNN, which CNN ran in a loop over and over and over again as a, quote, CNN exclusive. Well, wow, it wasn't like it was CNN's team in there. No, it was Alexandra Pelosi, the daughter of the Speaker of the House. So there was clearly a viewpoint. And I'm sorry, Nancy, you got enough friends in the media business. Could you not have at least tried to look a little impartial? Did you really have to bring your daughter in for that footage to totally, utterly control it and then not allow anybody to see anything else? So I applaud House Republicans today for bringing us in, for trying to, reveal whatever's there. We ought to be able to see it, right? We're all adults here. And so this is the right thing to do.